مرحبا بكم يا أصدقائي. In today's video, we're going to learn how to express possession in Arabic, or how to say I have, you have. In Arabic, there is no verb to have. So instead, when we want to express possession, we use either one of the following words, ladda or عند, which literally translate to when or at, or the French chez, and then we add an appropriate suffix to these words to express possession. لنبدأ. However, before we delve into the intricacies of possession in Arabic, I wanted to draw your attention to this little symbol, sukoon, here, as we haven't seen it yet. Sukoon comes from the word stillness in Arabic, and what it literally does is silences the consonant above which it sits. Let's see an example. Ana adhabu is I go. Notice we've got a dhamma here at the end, indicating the case. Don't worry about that for now. But in the sentence lam adhab, there's no oo sound at the end. We've just got the sukoon, which means it's silence. The consonant is silent. There's no vowel added to it. So adhabu, adhab. That's the difference. When you see a sukoon on top of a letter, there's no sound after the letter. It's just adhab. There's no oo or ah. So sukoon, silence, no sound afterwards. I also wanted to draw your attention to shadda, which is a symbol of emphasis, coming from the word tashdid in Arabic, which means emphasis. When you see a shadda on top of a consonant, it means that that consonant is doubled. So in a sense, essentially when you see a tamar, you know that in fact there are actually two tas in this word, and so the sound is doubled. But in Arabic, we wouldn't write two tas in the same word next to each other. So instead, we put the shadda on top. So a tamar, that's what it literally looks like if we spelled out. But instead, we just write a shadda on top. So we know that there's actually two tas. Note here that the vowel fatha will sit on top of the shadda as well. Now notice that I'm saying a-tamar and not al-tamar. Probably wondering why I'm assimilating that lam and not pronouncing it. Well, that's because ta is a sun letter. And a sun letter, there are a few of them in Arabic. When they have an al at the start, the, we don't pronounce the lam. So we don't go al-tamar, we just go at-tamar. We assimilate the lam into the a because this letter is a sun letter, a ta. Don't worry about that too much for now. I'll do another video explaining which letters are sun letters, but it's a pronunciation thing. So it's not al-tamar, it's at-tamar because this is a sun letter. Ash-sharq. Again, sheen is also a sun letter, so we don't go al-sharq, we go ash-sharq. And again, this also has a shadda on top, so there are literally two shins in this word, but instead we don't write them both out, we just put a shadda on top, so ash-sharq. Alif Maqsurah. Alif Maqsurah literally translates to the limited or restricted alif. Now, don't mistake it for a ya, because it looks like a ya, but it doesn't have the two dots underneath. So it's definitely not a ya. It makes the same sound of alif, but only appears at the end of a word. A few examples: maqha, cafe, matta, when. Now, unlike alif, which can't have a letter added to it to join up, a letter can join up to alif maqsura and join up with it. However, note that the alif maqsura then becomes a ya when you add something to it. Now, this is really important for the next bit we're going to see, so bear that in mind. When you add a letter to alif maqsura, it turns into a ya. So, how on earth do we go from anda and ladda to I have, you have, he has, etc.? We do so by adding the various suffixes which are listed here in red to these words. So for the ana, the I, we add e. For the enta, we add ka. For the inti, ki. For the huwa, hu. For the hiya, ha. For the huma, masculine and feminine, we add huma. For the antuma, masculine or feminine, we add kuma. For the nahnu, we add na. So let's see this in context now. Anda becomes andi. We drop the fatha when we add the ya. So I have andi. عندك عندك عنده عندها عندهما عندكما عندنا. Similar story with ladda. Although notice with ladda, it ends in the letter alif maqsura. Now, as we saw previously, when we add a letter to join on to alif maqsura, the alif maqsura becomes ya. It becomes a ya. So bear this in mind because we are now going to add the suffix to it. So the alif maqsura is going to become a ya. So ladda becomes ladayya, I have. Now notice we've got the shadda on top of this because the alif maqsurah has become a ya because we've added a suffix, and we've also added that suffix which is a ya. So we've actually got two yas. So that's why we've got a shadda on top to show that there are two yas here. So I have ladayya, ladayka, ladayki, ladayhi. Now notice it's not ladayhu like in indahu, but it's ladayhi. This is because when the last vowel sound of a word before a suffix is added is an e, if the suffix that is added is a hu, it will change to an e sound to be in harmony with the previous e sound. So it's not ladayhu, it's ladayhi, because the last sound is an e sound. However, in anda, the last sound is a fatha. It's not an e sound, so we add the default hu, so indahu. But ladayhi, because the last vowel sound is an e sound. Now note, this only happens in the third person. So the huwa, or the hum, or the humma, or the hunna. It doesn't happen in the second person. It's only in the third person. So ladayhi, ladayha, ladayhima. Again, it's not ladayhuma, it's ladayhima, as the last vowel sound before the suffix is added is an e sound. So ladayhima, ladaykuma. Now it doesn't become ladaykima because this is the second person, so it's the same. Ladaykuma, ladayna. Some examples. لدي كلب, عندها بيت, عندنا أخ, عندهم أخت. Let's continue with the rest of the pronouns. عندكم, عندكنا, عندهم, عندهنا. لديكم, لديكنا, لديهم. Notice not لديهم, لديهم, because the last sound is an E. لديهنا. Again, not لديهنا, لديهنا. That's all for today. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments. شكرا جزيلا وإلى اللقاء.